This is the Franklin Public Library Board of Trustees meeting. It's Wednesday, April 24th, 2024. I'd like to call the meeting to order and start with a pledge of allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States
of America
and to the
and to the
republic
republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would now like to call the roll. NBC,
Present.
Nick Champa, I'm here. Kevin McNeil is not. He said he would not be here. Tiana, no. Agnes,
Yes.
yes. Mayor Kramer, hello.
Hello.
Yes. Iris Kislin is not
Not
going to
coming.
be with us. And Amy Sawala.
Hello.
January Adams, our Director of Library Services, and Bob Wardlaw are also with us. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, also known as the Sunshine Law. The schedule and notification of this meeting have been provided to the Courier News, the Home News Tribune, and the Franklin Township Clerk. Copies have been posted in the library's vestibule and are available at the reference desk. New business. Mayor Kramer.
Yes. Yes. I think we need to have a policy about the public portion as far as how much time we allow for a speaker. If we have a policy, then we won't get into trouble.
Would you like to make a motion?
I would. Motion is that the once the public session is opened, but prior to the first speaker, the chairperson of the meeting will indicate each speaker may speak for up to 5 minutes. There is no yielding of time, and at each public session may only speak once. Speakers 18 and older will state their name and address. Speakers under 18 shall only state their first name. If the speaker engages a member of the board in a conversation, the time the board member is speaking is included in the 5 minutes. If the situation warrants, i.e., many people wish to speak, the chair, at the chair's discretion, can specify a shorter period of time than 5 minutes, but must do so prior to the first speaker.
Last time we had 15 minutes for the lady.
Is there a second?
Second. Oh,
Agnes has seconded it. Thank you, Agnes.
Not Agnes, it's
Is there any discussion? Do we all understand the times and the conditions?
Yes. I think it is fair enough because some people come just to argue, and having a time limit is very fair.
Yes, we do need the time limit, and
I think 5 minutes is generous.
yes.
very.
Is there anyone else who would like to discuss any aspect of this motion? Seeing that,
We have a weird Robert's Rule issue. I don't know how to answer. Before Tiana came on, I was a voting member. Now that she's on, I made the motion. I'm no longer a voting member. So, Tiana, did you hear the motion?
yes.
Then you should, I think you should make the motion.
Okay. Then I make the motion.
5 minutes.
Okay, good.
Roberts was quite a guy. Okay. Is there anyone else who would like to discuss any aspect of this motion? It's previous motion? Seeing that, those in favor, please signify by raising their hand.
Aye.
Gianna, is your hand up?
Oh,
Oh, yes.
there it is. Okay.
So this motion, and I vote in favor, this motion has passed unanimously. Thank you, Philip and Tiana, for your words.
motion.
Okay. Is there any other new business?
Is that a new business? Today the people from the library were at the senior center doing some presentation, and they left some flyers. I was late to get there, but when I got there, we were discussing it. One of my friends said that she's in a reading club, and every time she wants a book, when she goes there, she's not able to get the book. Why is that happening?
I'd have to know more information about it to answer that question.
Yeah. Which library?
These are, I think, books on tapes or something like that.
A reading club is using books on tape?
No, not what do they use? She complained that she goes to the library and requests some. She's not in the library reading club. She's in another reading club,
a private one.
Yes, but when they assign a book, she goes to our library to get a copy of the book or to get. And what the other means you have to read the book. But she always tell her she has to call in earlier to get the book, and she said she does, but she has never got a response. She does not get a response, and the book is never available at the
Can you
time.
ask her to call me, and
I will.
Yeah, please.
I will do that.
Okay, see what we can work out.
Okay, I will do that. When is the convenient time she can call?
You can call anytime. You know,
Okay.
if she misses me, please leave a message when the best time is to call her back.
Okay. I will do that. Thank you.
Okay. Is there any other new business? I would like to open this meeting to public. For any member of the public who might want to say something at this time. Is there any member of the public who would like to speak? If there's any member of the public who would like to speak, please understand that the time limit will be 5 minutes. Seeing no one, I would like to close the public portion of the meeting, and move on to the minutes of the March 27th meeting. Is there any discussion of these minutes? Well, let me do it the way Roberts would prefer it. Is there a motion to accept the minutes from the March 27th meeting? I will make that motion.
Anybody?
If no one else will. Oh, okay.
I'll second. The vice president was second.
Okay. So there's a motion on the floor to accept the minutes of the March 27th meeting. Is there any discussion on the motion or the minutes? Seeing none, I'd like to ask for a vote. Those in favor of accepting the motion, please raise their hand. Okay, I see 4. And Agnes, are you opposed? Oh, no. Now I see 5 hands.
Good.
This motion has passed unanimously, even though Agnes wasn't sure. Okay, thank you. Moving along to the director's reports, January.
Well, if you could please look at the financials first and let me know if you have any comments or questions.
The comments I have are that the biggest expenses, of course, are for personnel, and they're well below the 75%. And that means we're, as usual, in good shape. Okay, if there's no questions or comments on the financial reports, January, let's hear your about your program.
Okay. The migration to Polaris is full steam ahead. We have a tentative live date of May 15th. Everybody in the staff has been getting ready for it. There's a lot of prep work with something like this, and we just sent out an email blast earlier today to tell patrons what to expect. There's going to be a week where we're in transition, where patrons are only going to be able to check out books. They won't be able to put holes on books. There's a few other things they won't be able to do. But then on May 15th, we'll be live with the new system, and hopefully all will be well. The gallery roof, I thought I'd give most of this to Nick since he was at the construction meeting today. But there's been progress. I'll leave it at that and leave Nick to talk about the rest of it. The Adult Services Department had 40 adult programs that 641 people came to. The Youth Services Department had 34 programs that 1,150 came to. And the annual Teen Online Poetry Jam started on March 22nd. And as of April 10th, we had 5 teens. And the Summer Reading Buddies volunteer program, the window for that opened up on March 6th. And as of April 10th, there were 16 applicants. And that program, if you're not familiar with it, is where teens come in and read with younger children. And that is all I have to say.
January told you that I was going to talk about a construction meeting that was held today. I will just say that I attended, and it was well attended by Greg, who was a library employee in charge of maintenance and projects. January was there. John Quinones, who was the owner of All Action Glass, the contractor that's doing the new roof, was there, as well as his assistant, Pat Scanlon. Joe from the architect's office was there. I was there, and the things that were talked about were things like scheduling, some safety issues, some procedural issues with access to the building during construction, delivery, how the delivery of the panels was being staged, where the trucks, where the containers for the panels would be parked along the library properties. Some startup difficulties that the contractor had with where to put the screws, and they got that settled up. And they're putting about 8 panels per day. Their schedule was talked about. Payment scheduling was talked about, and it was decided probably before today that there'd be a construction meeting every 2 weeks, and that will happen. There was also discussion of a July 3rd day when there'd be a fair at the grounds and parking where the equipment for the construction is now held, so that was talked about and settled. That's it, although we will have, in old business, there will be one more item that was discussed at the construction meeting, and I'll talk about that under old business. It was a change order. So, going on. Under correspondence and communication, January, thank you for copying out things from the library journal. Would anyone like to say anything about the articles we all read? Reasons to Love Libraries and the authors against book banning. Anyone? Well, I enjoyed them, and thank you, January, for copying these out and sending them. Old business. We were asked to sign a change order for the amount of $5,926, and it was because of a change in the price of materials as quoted from Calwall to All Action. It wasn't clear why there was this change. It was a little bit hazy. It had to do with the original quote being based on as-built drawings that didn't match what's actually up there on the roof. We objected to this in a light way. This $5,926, or let's say approximately $6,000. My proposal was to split it three ways between Calwell, the library, and All Action. Well, in proposing that, I found out from Calwall that they had already absorbed $3,000 of the $9,000 cost. So it left roughly $6,000, and I discussed this with John Cronones, the owner of All Action, and we finally came to an agreement that since Calwall has already absorbed $3,000 of the $9,000, that perhaps the library and All Action should follow suit and each absorb $3,000. So agreement has been made to settle this for a change order that we will write for $3,000. This concerns the rain garden roof.
Butterfly garden.
Butterfly garden roof, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Rain garden is not here.
I'm looking for a motion. I would entertain a motion to approve a change order of $3,000. Oh, by the way, in discussing this with the mayor and who discussed it with the township administrator, not township manager, the first opinion was, well, it's $6,000, let's just go with it. But with a little bit of pursuit, we changed that a bit. NBC, did you have your hand up to make a motion to approve this?
Yes, for the motion, yes. Yes, for the motion. It's okay.
Let's
3,000.
see who's going to be the first one to put their hand up to second it. Tiana seconds the motion. Okay. Is there any discussion? Seeing none.
Mm-mm.
Those in favor Those in favor of of passing the motion, please signify by raising their hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, we have a unanimous approval of this motion. Thank you. Is there any other old business? Seeing none, I'd like to open the second public portion of the meeting in case there's any member of the public who would like to speak at this time. Get their 5 minutes worth. Seeing none, I will close the second public portion of the meeting and confirm that our next meeting date is May 22nd of this year.
Yes.
Is there a motion to adjourn? NBC,
I so moved.
Agnes so moved.
Second.
She seconds. Any discussion about adjournment? Those in favor, please signify by raising their hand. It's unanimous +1 to adjourn. Thank you.